Hello, my name is Yesenia Ruiz. Welcome to my week 3 presentation where I will be covering Code of Ethics. In this presentation, I will give highlights of the DPSS Code of Ethics for Riverside County. I will also briefly explain the ethical guidance for the Catholic Church and discuss whether the ethical frameworks agree with each other, and I will close it off by applying a theory. So I chose to look up the County of Riverside Code of Ethics because I work as a social worker for the County of Riverside under DPSS. So on the PowerPoint, you can see that I listed the main bullet points that came from the County of Riverside Code of Ethics. But before Riverside County even discussed their Code of Ethics, I did notice that they had a preamble where it explained how the Code of Ethics cannot completely address every circumstance or situation, but that it should be used more as a universal guide for workers to reflect expectations and responsibilities. But it explained that it is also used to express the organization's values and to reflect professionalism and accountability, since as a social worker, we do serve the community and represent County of Riverside. But in the list, I did notice that there were a lot of terms that were used in this week's video, which includes fairness, accountability, and integrity. But I did also notice that the video went into more depth of the different perspectives of what fairness means. But in the County of Riverside Code of Ethics, it explained that fairness is used in terms of dealing with conflict and decision making and to make it just. But it also explained that fairness means not taking advantage of others' mistakes or difficulties. But upon looking over the Code of Ethics for Riverside County, I also noticed that it is not an exact set of instructions of how a social worker or even a DPSS employee should act. It is more vague in its explanation. I don't think, for me personally, it shows exactly how I should act, what I should do, but it is more of a guide that we should follow. But it does seem to address, as a DPSS employee, what our responsibilities are. Not exactly our responsibilities, but that we do have a responsibility to serve the community, act fairly, do our job, but yet be fair. So when looking at the Catholic Church's ethics, I saw that there are two main sources of moral teachings, which the first part comes from human nature and the second part is revealed by God. So what that means is that as humans, we're able to make our own decisions. We can choose what's right and wrong, but at the same time, there's conflict in deciding what is right and what is wrong. The second part explains that God. So when looking at both the Catholic churches and the County of Riverside's ethical values, I noticed that both do agree with each other because they surround their ethics around the same morals, which is looking at other people's interests, but also focusing on oneself, concern for others, accountability. So just like the church has explained, we make our own decisions. Same thing for a DPSS county employer, we make our own decisions. So I think just like the commandments, the DPSS County of Riverside ethics are also vague because it can't be applied to every scenario. I mean, every scenario is different. We do act in free will, so it's very difficult to give specific instructions on how to act. But at the same time, it focuses on patience, compassion, integrity. So since as a social worker, I do serve the community, I do have to present myself in a way that is professional yet understanding to my clients. Same thing for my religion. I have to understand others, learn forgiveness, healing, compassion. So I feel like both mix their a little bit different, but they mainly mix in a lot of their ideas. And I do recall that when I first became a DPSS employee, I did have to swear under oath. It just came to me because when I saw this picture, the one that it said, I swear as an employee of this company, I do remember that it was with a lot of people that were hired with me. We did have to swear under oath that we would, I forgot what it said exactly, but I know it said to represent the county and protect. So I do feel like they do agree with each other. So the theory that I chose went best with this presentation would be natural law because when looking at the DPSS Code of Ethics and comparing it to the ethics by the Catholic Church, they don't go together 100%, but they are similar. I do feel that the laws and ethics that are in place do go with morality, and it is a lot closely related to religion. So I do feel like most of the laws are backed up by religion. So I feel like the core of these laws that are made do come from religion. For example, we give an oath using the Bible, and it is sometimes done when we are hired through county jobs as a police officer and in many other areas. So I do feel like it crosses over with natural law in that sense. Thank you for listening to my Week 3 media presentation on Code of Ethics. I've attached some references that I used to put this PowerPoint together. And thank you.